Now, said the fairy to the beauty, I suppose you would like for me to send for your father and your sisters. She did so. The marriage was celebrated the very next day, and Beauty and the Prince lived happily ever after. And that's the end of Beauty and the Beast. How did you like it? Ah, it's one of my favourites. I've not found a translation in Texans before I met you. I'm glad to have found another. I'd like to read more books to you, but these are all we've got. At least that I can read. I've got this book over here, what I think is written in Dutch. I cannot read a word of it. I cannot even pronounce the cover. Maybe one day we'll find someone to translate it for you. You know how to read Greek, don't you? 'Tis a shame the tears of Neptune let you feel the air around you, but still will not allow you to read. Aye, fret not. 'Tis not a problem. I told you, lass, I'd be your eyes, for as long as you need them. Remember? It's not so bad, right? As long as you have me by your side. Of course that'll be forever. I've got no plans to leave you, lass. Didn't even joke like that. I mean it, lass. I love you, lass. Till the very end. I promise you that. And I've never broken a promise. I mean it. I've caused all kinds of trouble. Played a few tricks. Maybe even told a lie or two. But a promise? Nay. That's something I'd never break. No matter what it takes. I love you, lass. And I'll love you for as long as you love me. For however long that is. Nay, I didn't mean till death. If God takes your soul before mine, I'll still love you. You'll still be there, even if I cannot see you. After all, you loved me, even when you couldn't see me. 'Tis only right that I return the favour to you. Ah, I have an idea. If we've got nothing left to read, then we can write our own tale. Why, it can be anything, of course. That's the beauty of writing your own tale. We've got time, paper, and ink. Lily and Simon won't be joining us until sunset. We have this time to do whatever we want. Well then, just what sort of tale should we write? I'd love to share it with our friends when it's done. Perhaps one day Lily can read it to Simon, just like I read books to you. Well then, in that case, I'll gather a few pieces of paper, a quill, and an ink. There we go. And away we go. It's just like going on a voyage. You chart a course, but it's the wind what carries you there. Eventually, the quill comes alive and starts telling the tale of its own accord. It's like magic. I always believed in magic, you know, even before I saw it with my own eyes. Very well then, we'll write a tale about magic. And in that case, who will be our hero? A timberman? Lass, do you presume to write a story about me? Very well. If it's a story about me, then I presume I'll have to put you in the story too. I'll never be apart from you, lass, even if it's in a tale. That would be breaking my promise. Alright then, it'll be a magical tale about a timberman and an angel. A beautiful angel. Lass, just who do you think the angel is? That's you. Alright, I'll start writing now. What will we say? I've got an idea. Our story begins here. A timberman goes into the woods, for he heard the tale of a great tree that no one could fell, no matter how mighty the man or how sharp the axe. All the others who tried to cut down the tree did so hoping to find great riches selling the unbreakable lumber of the tree. But the timberman went only to test his own might. Well, you see, long ago the timberman lost his heart. No one knew why, but ever since the day he lost his heart, he had no more desire. He wanted neither love, nor riches, nor glory. He only did what he knew best, and that was cutting down trees. Here's where the story gets good. He went to the forest, past the groves, past the lake, and through the valley. The further he went, the stranger and more mysterious the forest became. He went past the fairy circles, past the darkest depths of the wood where the crows what speak the names of the dead live, and past the dizzying labyrinth of trees where north turns to south and up turns to down. There, he reached the heart of the forest, and there was that tree what no timberman could ever fell. The tree had bark as black as the night, and leaves the colour of gold and copper, and its sap was a shimmer like that of diamonds. The timberman touched it, and it felt cold to the touch. He took his axe and struck it true. He pierced through the bark of the wood, and as he did, all the tree burst into a cold flame of colour blue. At the heart of the tree, there was a blinding light, and an angel appeared. She spread her wings within that blinding light, lowering down to him, soft and gentle as a feather. "Greetings to you, timberman," she said. "You are the first to strike at this tree, seeking neither glory nor riches. What then is it that your heart desires?" The timberman answered, "I've not got a heart, so I've got nothing to desire." "Well, where did your heart go?" the angel asked. "Aye, that's right, lass. I am writing a love story." "After all, what's a fairy tale without a bit of romance? And, if I say so myself, I've got a soft spot for a bit of romance too. I've fallen in love before and it changed me." Alright. The timberman. What would he tell the angel? I've got an idea. Alright. The timberman said, "When I was a wee lad, I gave my heart to a girl. She told me that when we were older, she'd give it back to me, once we were old enough to be wed. But before I could become a man, the girl fell ill, and she passed away. She took my heart when she left, and I have not had one since." The angel reached into her robes and produced the heart of the timberman. "I have waited long to give this to you," she told him. The light around her dimmed, and her face came into sight. It was the girl from his childhood, now a woman in the form of an angel. She returned his heart to him, and he accepted it graciously. And when he took it back, he wept, for he could once again feel grief. "What will we do now?" the timberman asked. "If you live in heaven, and I am earthly bound." The angel answered him, "I will wait for you, like you waited for me." In a flash of light, the angel was gone, and so the timberman returned home, not with riches or glory, but with a heart brimming with love. There we go. Oh, I think that's a good enough start. It's not quite a novel, but we can work on it. What did you think of that story? Well, it's not bad for a first draft. Perhaps we could rewrite it sometime. Make the story a bit larger. We'll have plenty of time. Until then, we've got our own story to tell. And we've only started writing that one. I love you, lass. Till the very end. Thank you to everyone who listened to the end of this bonus audio. So this is going to be part of a series that I'm doing. It's like a February special for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be releasing a little romantic short story. Most of them are going to be based around Valentine's Day as a holiday for every single one of my characters. So that includes some of the characters that don't really have their own love interest yet. Like Thad and Jaeger are going to be getting their own little Valentine's Day special episodes. Of course, the sneaky goblins are going to get one too. So most of the Valentine's Day specials are going to be on my Patreon and on channel members only. I'm going to be uploading 2 to 3 times a week throughout February. But I do want to release 2 or 3 of them for free. I do want to release the Fletcher one for free, of course. You just listen to it. But if I can, I want to. There's one more that I want to hand select to release for free, and maybe I'll have the community vote on who's gonna get the last free audio at the end of the month. Once everybody else's audios are already out, I'll maybe make a poll, and we'll see about that. But thank you, everyone. Stay tuned. Subscribe to my Patreon if you want to get the whole collection. The whole collection isn't out yet. It's going to be released throughout the month. If you want to subscribe for just 1 month and binge listen to the Valentine's specials, that's fine. You know, if you just want to like sign up this month and then cancel next month when it's over, that's totally cool with me. I won't be offended. It won't bother me. But I would love if you stuck around because the money from Patreon doesn't go into my pocket. It goes back into the channel. So, you know, the copyrighted music, art commissions, professional sound effect packs, that's all paid for by my Patreons. My patrons, my Patreons. I'm not editing this. That's paid for by them. So thank you to my Patreons, my patrons. And I hope the rest of you also thank my patrons because they actually provide a lot to this channel in terms of what I'm able to produce. So thank you so much. I'll see you on Patreon or I'll see you on YouTube, whatever you like. Thank you. Bye.